So it's time to sacrifice another tool, and this time I'm going to be sacrificing a 15mm deep socket. I'm cutting a groove in it wide enough to take the wire from the coolant temperature sensor, so you can get the wire in. You can buy this already done, but it's about 10 quid. So I've got a spare 50mm deep socket around. I'm going to just sacrifice that tool and cut it out. I've got my Dremel all ready to go. So I've already made a start to mark up where the lines are. So let's get my goggles on and crack on. So I've already cut it. I thought I'd hit the record on the camera, but I clearly hadn't. But all I've done is basically cut the grooves using my Dremel. And now I'm just going to cut a notch across this side so this bit can fall out. Let's see if that'll break out there. Yep. Just tidy up the edges a bit and we're good to go. And there you have it, ready to go. The wire should slot through there nicely and then enable you to remove this sensor. So bring you back in for a bit of an update on what I've done so far. The last clip you'd have seen I'd only got up to here and I had a load of masking tape around it. Well, what I've done is I took the masking tape off and I've had to cut a little bit more back. I've got to come back up to this little mark here. You can just see the little nips I've made just there and there. Okay, and the idea is I can then, with the old sensor and even this new one, put it over the sensor in the car like that, and it'll enable the wire to come out, and you can get a 1/2 inch in there and crack it off. So I sacrifice a 15mm deep socket for this, but it'll do the job rather than spend about 10 quid to buy the tool for a one-off job. I've got a few of these laying around, so I've sacrificed one for the job and it works just the same. So I'm going to bring it back a little bit more. That should be okay, but so we'll get the old one off the car and get this new coolant sensor in place. So that's the socket sacrificed to do the job. So now I've done this, let's go over to the car, remove the airbox and get access to this coolant temperature sensor. So let's flip around the camera and get to the car. First things first, I'm going to remove engine cover, disconnect the mass airflow sensor, just tuck the wire out of the way, 7mm here or a flathead. Going to get a trim removal tool to help with that. Got to sort this out yet, so I'll do that in a minute. Then leave the airbox should just pull up and out. to sort this fuel line out as well. There you go. Hard tug and it comes out. Take some wiggling. Once you get it out, remember you got this piece here on it, so I'm not sure if that can actually come off. Oh, it can do. There you go. So maybe this little clip here, get a flathead screwdriver on it, release it, and then just push that out of the way, like so. Okay, so to locate the coolant temperature sensor, best thing to do is locate where the plug is. On the back of the engine block, where your engine hoist bracket mount is, you've got a wire, comes down to a grey block just here at the back. Okay, zoom in, should give you a better look. See it just there? This one, that's the coolant temperature sensor plug. It's actually located. I need to sort this out yet. I'll do that in a minute. It's actually located around about here on the engine block, just below the fuel filter. On this car, I'm lucky enough the fuel filter can just slide up and out of the way. So I'm just going to carefully lift it up just enough to give me access to what I want to do. I'm going to zoom in, turn the light on. You see it wide just there. So about the camera work, it's a bit tight on space. This way here, and there's the actual sensor, look, just there, and that's a 15mm. That's why I've cut this socket so it's slot over that. There will be some coolant loss when doing this, so let's get my socket that I've cut to bits and try and remove that. But first I'm going to disconnect it from the top end. So this is the plug we're disconnecting. So obviously it'll be easier if you ain't got a camera in your face. There you go. And that's, put that one out of the way. You'll be plugging the new one into that in a minute. Back down the bottom. Okay, so you can see where I'm going to be aiming for. So I've got my adapted tool on an extension bar now. I don't want to move this out of the way, but you can slot over the wire. Let's see if you can give you a better shot. You can sort of see there what I've achieved with the socket. The wire's coming out that groove I've cut in. So let's zoom out, turn the light off. I can zoom out a bit more. And attempt to crack it off. Didn't take a lot to actually crack it off. So let's fish the wire through. Like I said, there will be some coolant loss, so be prepared for that. I hope you can see what I'm doing. See if that's freed up yet. Just about to get my fingers around it. And there it is. In fact, there's no coolant coming out of that from what I can tell. But that's the old one. Okay. There's the new one going in. Check everything's fine and good. The old one and the new one, make sure all the connections match. Yep. Then install the new one. I believe that's gone in. As you can see, it's taken a little while to get it to bite, but just keep going with the wiring. Okay. So you don't tangle it all up, just keep it going like that. That's done, and as you can tell, it weren't done up overly tight. It didn't take much to actually crack it off, so I'm not going to do it up too much, just nip it. There you go, should do it. Oh, sorry, that weren't easy. It's very fiddly, but without camera in your face it'll probably be a lot better. Feed the cable. Around the back. Put the fuel filter. Put the fuel filter back. Get the cables again and just reconnect it all. So that's that clipped. Then all you got to do, let me show you where it is. So I'm going to show you the new one in place. Zoom in, turn the light on, there it is, you can just see it there. bit of a headache to do, you can see why it's a pain, but it's done. And the wiring is all connected around the back here, look. So all that's left to do now is put everything back together, which is a reverse of taking it all apart and then testing it. I'm going to sort this out next, get all this tidied up. Let's get everything connected, airbox back on, mass airflow sensor connected, job's done. And all back into place. Start the car up, let it warm up, and hopefully the gauge will start to move. So let's give it a try and see what happens. Right, key in ignition, wait for the core light to go out. Got to stop bulb out, that's next to sort out. I'm going to let it run for 10 minutes and I'll bring you back in a minute when it's all warmed up, and hopefully the gauge will start to move nicely now, because it hardly moved before. So hopefully with a new sensor in we'll have more luck. So give it 10 minutes and I'll bring you back. Well, there you have it. It's been about 40-50 minutes and it's come up to temperature lovely. It was a bit longer than what I thought it would do, but being a diesel it does take longer for it to warm up and get up to temperature. And I do believe this has had an EGR valve blanking plate put in, which, correct me if I'm wrong guys, but I think that may help slow it down, and so it takes just a little bit longer to warm up. But that's up to temperature now, that's running nicely. Happy with that, and it's all sorted. So I'm going to leave it another 10 minutes, 20 minutes or so, see if the fan kicks in, and yeah, all good. So let's flip the camera and call it a day with the video. So guys, there it is, the engine's up to temperature. It took about 40 to 50 minutes to get there, leaving it just running like that. I do believe some of that may be to do with that EGR blanking plate that's in there. Let me know in the comments if you think that may be the reason it takes a little bit longer to warm up. That and the fact it's a diesel, and diesels do generally take a little bit longer to warm up to temperature than petrol cars. And so that's the coolant sensor changed and everything running nicely. So as always, if you like the video and you found it helpful, leave a like. It helps YouTube recognise the video as a good video and they push it out more, and it helps the channel grow. If you're a new viewer, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. And until the next video, thanks for watching. See you soon. Talking to myself again, Kieran. Huh? Talking to myself again and I can't get it right. Oh no. But it don't matter. It don't matter. Breathe. Seriously. Coco, you want to be in the video? People like dogs.
Go on then, sit.
No, hold on, let me just... Coco! 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 What are you doing? Hey! Coco! Woo! He's gonna get me! It's a killer! Leave my Pringles alone. Say bye!